Welcome to another episode of Phone Cooking with Danny. I'm yours truly, Danny. Today we have on the menu a grain quinoa bowl. So it's important to keep yourself healthy and you have to eat healthy foods. So what do we have in front of us? Well, let me go ahead and show you. So we have a purple cauliflower, yellow cauliflower, Tuscan dark kale, carrots, cabbage, cherry tomatoes, some beans, serrano, cilantro, and of course our quinoa. But this quinoa is mixed with basmati rice. So it's very good for you, good fiber. That way you keep your metabolism good. So let's go ahead and get this started. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and cook our quinoa. But before you start making your quinoa, it's important to read the package. But with quinoa, it's a pretty easy ratio. You want to have a little bit more water and a little less grain. That way it can cook evenly and that way your quinoa comes out well cooked. So I have about a cup here and 2 cups of water boiling already. So we're just going to go ahead and drop it in there. And quinoa is pretty easy to make. A lot of people think it's intimidating, but don't get intimidated. It's very easy. And just let it boil for a little while. And then we're going to go ahead and turn it down and cover it. Quinoa takes about 20 minutes to make. It's not that long. Alright guys, so now we're going to go ahead and cut our cauliflower. So the best way to do this is to flip it upside down. And you're just going to cut all the way around, just like this. Okay. Take it out like that. So what you could do too is just take a piece off like this, and then you could do this by hand. You know, take out the little florets, just like this. Or you could just do it with your knife. So if you have a little bit of the root, cut it off, and just cut off the florets just like that. Alright, put it right in here. So we have our cauliflower florets here, so it's important you want to start off with the light color. So we're going to start off with the yellow, because if you put it in the purple, it's going to dye the water, and then when you throw this in, it's going to come out looking weird. So you want to make sure you put the light colors and the dark colors, kind of like laundry. Alright, so let's go ahead and put it in there. So we'll go ahead and let that cook about, I say 4 minutes or so. And the way you can check too is just take a piece out, and if it's tender, nice and soft, then it's ready to go. So let's go ahead and get that done. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is go ahead and take this out, put in some cold water, just like this. And just so you guys can see what I was talking about earlier, when you put colored vegetables in water, how it just leaves a big dye behind. Alright guys, so we have our quinoa ready. So what we're going to do is take off the lid. See that? Nice and steamy. So we're going to put it right on the plate. So the best way to do this, well, the way I like to do this for it to cool out faster, is just dump it on the plate, just like this, and spread it out. Spread it out as far as you can on the plate. And what you can do, you can leave it here and it'll cool off to room temperature, or you could actually put this in the refrigerator. That way it cools down a lot faster, and that way when you have your grain bowl, it's nice and fresh and cold. You don't want to eat it warm, because a grain bowl is supposed to be cold, you know, so it's like a salad pretty much. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and take our good old-fashioned Tuscan kale. So the best way to clean it is just grab it from here on the end and just go yoink, just like that. You separate the little piece right here, the root, and then you have your nice leaf right here. Okay, simple. And if anything, you could just whack some bone with this. I used to do that in the kitchen all the time. And I used to do a lot of cases of kale. So now what we're gonna do is a julienne. Julienne cut is basically a cut that's just straight down, and you make thin strips of it. So we're gonna go ahead and do that now. can go all the way down, just like this. Now what we're gonna do is take our cabbage and we're gonna go ahead and do the same thing that we did with the kale. We cut this in half, like that. And then what we could do too is just quarter it if it makes it easier for you. And then we're just gonna go ahead and slice it. So now we're gonna go ahead and cut our cherry tomatoes. So the best way to do this, a lot of people, they do this, they grab one at a time, but I don't like to waste time. I like to just do it with the palm of my hand and very carefully. Make sure you have a sharp knife too. And just go right through the tomatoes, just like that. You leave one not cut out. See, simple as that. That way you're not going one at a time. And just dump it right in here. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna make a cilantro vinaigrette. So you need a bunch of cilantro just like this. I got some in my got some water in my eye. Anyways, so yeah, we'll dump this in here. Just like that. Leave the stems on. I like to use the stems because it has a lot of flavor. And the best way to cut lemons or limes, you know, when you have it like this, they're very soft. So you want to make sure you get all the juice. So the best way to do that is use the palm of your hand and just roll it just like this, and it becomes more juicy. Okay? Slice it in half. And of course, if you have a lemon squeezer, you can use it. Dump it right into our blender here. So we'll do the same with all the limes. We'll throw in some spice in there too. I got a serrano here, or you can use jalapeno. So you're gonna use the seeds as well. So chop it. And make sure you don't rub your eyes after you chop this, okay guys? Very, very important. Don't do that. And we'll add some honey in there as well. Alright, so we have all our ingredients in here now. Now we're gonna go ahead and make the vinaigrette. Alright, so what we're gonna do now is use some canola oil to make this vinaigrette. So what you wanna do is blend this first, and then we'll go ahead and drizzle our oil in there. Okay, so now that we have our stuff blended, now what we're gonna do is drizzle our oil. So let's go back into the blending process. Okay guys, so everything's complete. Let's go ahead and plate this up now. So let's start off with the quinoa. Put it right in there. Okay. We'll do a little bit of the kale and cabbage. Some beans. Okay. Let's go ahead and add the dressing. Cover it up. Let's get a little bit of salt too. That way when you do whenever you do a salad, you want to make sure you season it too. Some salt, just a little bit, not too much. Go ahead and give this a mix. Nice stir. Just like this. Okay. Get your bowl. Put it right into a bowl. Okay. We're not done yet, so now we're gonna go ahead and get a little fancy with this. So put our cauliflower, just like this. Don't worry, I wash my hands for all you germ freaks out there. All right, some more beans. Now we're just gonna go ahead and top it off with some avocado. So you just cut it in half, take off the skin just like this. now. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and pan out our avocado like this. Put it right there. And now we're just gonna drizzle that dressing. Just like that. And there you have it. Our quinoa bowl with vegetables. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you like and subscribe, hit that notification bell. I'll have a new recipe for you guys every single week. And until then, everybody have a good day and thank you for your support. Thank you and good night.